Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of this mini-series of time-lapses from my live streams of Camembert Coasts on Twitch. I want to thank you all for your feedback from the last time-lapse, a lot of simple yet effective things I'll be doing from now on, and it's great to see so much engagement from the community. A lot of you wanted to know a little bit more of the lore from the city, especially coming from ChatGPT, so I'll try to describe more of this in longer road planning segments. But this does flow into a nice segue to why the mayor set up this town. You see, Jack Colby has big plans to allow private partners to establish businesses within the city to increase revenue and obviously taking a little cut of the profits. We can see the first business here. We've opened up a little cheese and coffee bistro to start bringing in the customers and making a name for itself. Now into the building of the city, we spent a lot of time on this main commercial strip, as it's the first in the city. I want to give a nice variety of shops, including this Michael's store, which is a chain based in America, and obviously we named it after our wonderful mod from Twitch, the What Michael, as it was too perfect not to. We also threw in some parks and parking spaces to spruce up the area and carried on adding more buildings, as you can see here. Now on the other side of the road, I want to build something around this mall asset by Valex. It was the perfect shape for this area. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough money for this just yet, so we're decorating the previous area and throwing down some low density commercial whilst we're building up our financial reserves for the city. I also realised that there was a lot of controversy going around the Bud Light brand, so just to throw a little comical touch to the area, we added in this sign in this back alley area. I like this whole triangular look to this open area opposite to where the main mall asset was, but we were trying to figure out what buildings need to go where to make this look as uniform as possible. I did like the look of these slightly upper class ones, but I feel like they didn't fit the area as well. We ended up going through some of the angled buildings, which actually looked really nice for the area. Now, whilst we're expanding a new residential area, it's probably a good time to discuss some lore, as Jack Colby has huge plans for this region, aside from his own cheesy empire. A huge financial district, some good walkability around the city, and a thriving tourism industry are only a few of his envisions. You can see we're already doing this as we're planning this residential area, making sure there's good walkability between the road segments here, and making sure that people can get around nice and simply. Now, I did want to show this in the footage, but this is an ice hockey stadium we placed in the city, as we had some sad news in our wider Twitch community this week. One of our dear friends had passed away. He was such a wholesome person and always had a great energy around him, but he also played for his local ice hockey team, and I thought this would be a nice way to memorialise him in this build. Also, for those who knew him very well, we'll be able to see some orange trees later, which signifies another important part of his life. For those who know, you know. The stadium is also part of this larger educational area, so we can make sure the residents stay active with their new scenic residential area. As you can see here, we're just throwing some extra parking for the schools. Now, I really wanted to quickly figure out some rough bus lines to figure out how this area would function, but realized that our residential demand was actually getting super high, and there was also no real horizontal transport infrastructure to the city. So I essentially wanted to kill two birds with one stone, as the phrasing goes, and expand the residential area eastbound to expand the tram network and get that flowing. I really liked how this area turned out in terms of the road layout. I feel like we really stuck to the terrain for this part, and we didn't have to delete any pre-existing rocks. But the most important thing is it breaks up the current grid system we have going on westbound as we venture further away from where the main train station would be. It also allows for some interesting designs in the future, especially as we work our way towards the river. And here we can see the overall layout of how this area developed, the before currently on screen now. And the huge expansion of this east and westbound residential area currently here. And as we watch the tram run through our small portion of the city, I want to thank you again for watching. Good to know that there will be no time lapse next Wednesday, due to some scheduling conflicts, but hope to pick up again the week following. As always, if you want to catch these streams live or indeed name some areas in the city, then please do watch us. We go live on Twitch every Saturday, 3 p.m. BST, and it would be good to see you there. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.